otherwise known as Ravings and Cravings. Good evening. It's so good to be with you today. I am live in the studio as opposed to the other thing, which is not live. I don't know why they say live. Anyway, I'm here with some wonderful people from Radial Coffee. They're going to talk about things. We're going to try things, but I need to give a shout out to Elm Discount Package Store. Thank you for sponsoring this program. Find me on Instagram. Crave Eat Love is my handle there. You can see my content. You can see what I'm eating. If you want to go to Facebook, there's even more eating the Facebook page is called Ravings and Cravings. So I am here with the wonderful tech person, Matt Rubar. Thank you for being here. You're awesome. You're going to get to try some stuff today. The studio smells really good. Smells very caffeine rich, and I'm looking forward to trying some because I really need something today. I'm here in the studio with Barb and Steve Broderick, as well as Deepan Shah. His wife Tijal is not here, but the four of them make up Radial Coffee. So welcome to WILI.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
I am very excited. For people who are just listening, I'm going to try to describe what we have in front of us because they brought all this equipment to make some amazing beverages. But first, let's get the commercial in the front end. So let's get the name of your business. My brain is firing faster than my mouth is, right? So your name of your business, your locations that you want to mention, how to order, and social media presence. So any of you.
Me?
It's a free-for-all. Yeah.
The name of our business is Radial Coffee Company, and we have 3 locations. Well, 2 that are open right now.
2.5.
2.5. One that'll be opening soon. We have a location. Our first location is 1135 Hartford Turnpike in Vernon, Connecticut. We also have a location up in Portland, Maine on Commercial Street.
In Maine?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I'm learning something already.
Yep.
Okay.
January.
Yep, that opened in January, and we are trying desperately to get Tolland open sometime super soon. That's going to be on 12 Goose Lane in Tolland.
Goose Lane. All right. And what is your social media presence? Like, how can people find out what you're doing?
Sure. On Instagram, it's Radial Coffee Co. I guess just Radial Coffee Co. And then the Portland location is Radial Coffee Co. Portland. Mm-hmm. Tolland will be in with the original one as well. Mm-hmm. We also have a Facebook page for just the entire business. Mm-hmm. But other than that, that's about it.
All right. So I'm going to ask kind of a leading question. So I'm going to start with you, Deepan. I'm going to call your name.
No problem.
And I'm going to ask the same question. I'm going to ask all of you. Why coffee, and what were you doing BC before coffee?
Absolutely. So coffee, it's interesting how it got formulated into this business. I'm originally from India. My parents, when they came here, they opened up a coffee shop. And ironically, coffee was not the future plan. I'm an engineer, so I worked at Pratt & Whitney for a little while, and I run other businesses. But coffee was always in the back of my mind because my dad told me every day for the last 30 years, make sure you do a coffee shop one day. And
really?
Yeah, so it was
just a little
just
pressure, huh?
Yeah, it was always lurking. And then Steve, who happens to be my neighbor, my friend before the neighbor, but comes into my liquor store one day, and he asked me, hey, what are you going to do in the next 5 years? What's your plans?
Really? You really asked that question, Steve?
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
you're going in for some kind of beverage, but you're asking him what his life plan is.
I asked him a loaded question.
Yeah.
He asks a lot of loaded
That's
so,
a loaded one, yeah.
His specific question was, are you going to open up more Subways? So I own 3 Subways. And I said, no, I think I'm going to go into coffee. I have an idea. And it's like, what? We got to talk. And then we go on a drive that day or that weekend, and we're just exchanging ideas. And Radial Coffee was it just got created in a drive, essentially.
Wow. So how about you, Steve? Was it always coffee, or was there something BC for you too?
So I had a corporate career for a pretty long time, but I always loved coffee. But I was traveling all around the world and flying, and I said, you know what I love about coffee? I love the taste of coffee, but I love the community part of it. Wouldn't it be neat someday to open our own shop and get to know more people locally in the community? And so one thing led to another, and that discussion, when I talked to Deepan, actually, I had already pursued getting a roaster because I thought it'd be really cool. I went to a lot of coffee places, and there wasn't an area where you could see roasting in the location and enjoy it in the shop. So we came up with this concept, and yeah, here we are, a couple years later with now almost 3 stores, and that format we brought to life. So
I mean, you hit a nerve for me when you mentioned one word, and I'm going to get to you, so don't worry, Barb.
No worries.
Community. What is it about community that you felt like was important to build in a coffee shop? Like, why is that important to you?
Well, I saw something
Because
like
we're talking about coffee, but we're talking about other things that surround that, right?
I like a good, high-quality coffee, but at the same time, like, one of my favorite things is going on the front step with Barb and just having a coffee. Because there's no phones, we have conversations. So now, like, when I see people come in Radial, I see the same thing, but a place where people can gather, they can have discussion, so to me, like, there's a piece of coffee that's, of course, taste-oriented, but there's also how you build relationships with other people around coffee. So I just always love that aspect about it. So now seeing a vibrant store where people are, enjoying time with each other, having a good coffee, that's, kind of one thing that really kind of inspired me about it. Yeah.
How about your backstory, Barb? BC, what was BC?
BC, I was also in corporate. It was Steve and I actually.
You guys left corporate for coffee.
We actually met in corporate. We used to work together. And through the years, like I stopped working when I had my boys. But like one thing that when we moved back here, because we were in the Midwest for a while, when we moved back here, what I noticed is there was nowhere for moms like me to go. Like unless I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. No hate to Dunkin' Donuts because they're great. But I don't want to hang out there. I wanted a place where I can go hang out with other women like myself and have a coffee or, just with the kids or whatever. And there was nothing like that in our community. When I was down in the Midwest, there was places like that for me to go. So I was like, man, wouldn't it be great if we just had something here in Tallinn? Because that's where we were from. We lived in Tallinn for a while. We moved to the Midwest and we came back to Tallinn. And it was just the thing that was missing, and I really liked that. So, all these years later, we finally came around, and, Steve came up with the idea, and I was like, really? Are we going to really do this? And, I mean, I've always loved coffee, too. I didn't get to travel quite as much as him and see all that. But now that we have our own shop, one of my favorite things to do on the weekend is go in when it's super busy and just see everybody, like, sitting around the community table, talking with each other.
Better than a movie? I mean, like,
awesome.
That is so much
It's
better.
my favorite thing to see. Like,
Seriously.
I sometimes just, we've got other things going on Sunday, but I like to get in the car and go to the shop and just see what's happening. Because it's always really cool. There's always groups of people, and and nobody's on their phone. That's now that you mentioned it, that's the thing that is really cool.
So people are having conversations.
Yeah.
Not texting. They're having real conversations. What are your hours for these places? Let's talk about the local ones, even though people could go to Maine if they want to.
All of them are 7 to 4 right now. We did have winter hours where we were closed on Mondays, but we're back to 7 to 4 right now every day.
Yeah, no days off. Every day.
Yeah.
Oh,
no days off.
Good evenings off.
No more coffee after 4 p.m.
Right.
All right. Well, you guys have more than coffee, and you brought some things into the studio here. Which, if you want to give me the plate, I'm going to hold.
Sure.
Or you can hold it up. Matt, it's probably better if she holds it up.
Anybody.
Matt's going to get a good zoom in on that. Is that an okay angle?
Yeah.
So tell people what we're visually looking at here.
Okay, this is just a little bit of what we have. We partner with Small State Provisions in Avon, and they provide us with our all our croissants. I only brought a chocolate one with us today, but they also have a gluten-free muffin usually, and it changes seasonally.
Nice.
We always have their chocolate chip cookies, their banana bread, and their scones change seasonally as well. This is blueberry, but we also have a ham and cheese croissant that they provide us, plain croissants, and then on the weekends we do almond croissants and cinnamon buns.
Only on the weekends.
The almond croissant and the cinnamon buns are only on the weekends.
All right, so guys, take note because
And they go fast.
If you go on Monday, it's not my fault if you go and order almond anything or a cinnamon thing and they don't have any.
Yeah.
So that looks yummy. And you also brought all kinds of equipment in here to create something. So we're going to get some noise going here.
Yeah.
What are you going to make?
I'm going to make an iced blueberry latte. That's our seasonal drink right now. We're getting ready to phase that out and get into fall. So I figured this is the one that everyone asks for from last summer. So I'm going to make you one.
All right. That sounds great. So can you talk through the steps so that people know what you're doing? because this is
Oh,
radio
gosh.
right now. I'll fill in the blanks a little bit. You guys can fill in the blanks too.
Sure,
Like I know you guys all have verbal skills. So.
I'm just
yeah,
gonna
no
fill the
worries.
cups with ice right now, and then
Okay.
I'm a big fan of layering because it looks prettier. I know this is radio, so you can't really see.
So when you say layering, what do you mean? What does that look? What do you mean visually?
So like this one specifically, like when you layer it, I do the blueberries. I do the oat milk first. Oat milk, any milk that you
And
want.
thank you to Deepin for getting that.
Yeah, any milk
Absolutely.
that you prefer. So we do whole milk as well. We do skim milk, but I'm an oat milk drinker, and I think the oat milk really adds to the flavor of it. So we do oat milk, and then I add in some blueberry syrup on top, and then I do the shot of espresso after.
And so you're weighing everything. She has a little scale here in front of us with the cup with the ice in it, right? So that you.
Yeah, I'm not going to weigh the oat milk. I'm just going to kind of go up to the line. But then we do weigh out the syrup so that it's the same every time. Ooh, jeez. That way it tastes the same every time.
Oh, there's a tissue there. We got a little. If you want to
okay.
grab.
Don't-
Oh, okay.
I'm
All right.
not
I
worried
don't.
about
I
it.
know it's a
That's all
battery
right.
operated thing. So.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay. All right. All right. So you put the oat milk in. Is this sweet? Does it matter? Is it sweetened?
Well, that is not the one that we normally use, so
Yeah.
we'll have to,
We'll just put that.
because that was my fault. Sorry.
That's all right. No problem.
And then I'll do about 30 grams of syrup, which we make in-house. That's the one thing that's different about us. We make everything in-house.
Ooh. See, to me, in-house, those are the key words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go spend money
Same with me.
somewhere. I'm gonna as scratch as it can be. That's what I'm gonna be looking for.
And
Love it.
then we just top it with a shot of espresso.
Espresso with blueberry.
Yeah. And then we do like a little smattering of blueberry dust, just to have a little bit of extra something for you.
I'm gonna take a picture of that because that'll last longer. And I'm gonna try that. Matt, do you want to try it? Should I dump some in a cup for you, or should I just do this?
I've got enough. I think I have enough to make a couple more. And then,
Well, this if this isn't your day off, you shouldn't be cooking too much. Right?
I don't know. And then you give it a little mixy, but
Okay.
also with your straw, make sure you give it a mix.
Yeah, because everything needs to blend, right?
Yeah, but I kind of like the way it looks visually.
It looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty.
Yeah,
Versus
yeah. You got
just
the
mixing
blue.
it all up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
when you
blue,
mix it
white,
all up,
everything.
it just does not have the same effect, really. So, hopefully,
The coffee is. The quality of the coffee is very interesting to me, because that's your kind of the start, right? That's,
Absolutely.
because they're called a coffee company. So this I'm going to mix it up a little more, but I don't want to make a lot of noise because I taste a lot of coffee. Your coffee is got a very smooth flavor. I don't taste very much citrusy, which is fine. I don't know if there really is in there. Is there very
there's
much
some
citrusy?
citrus notes
A
in
little?
this one, a little bit.
Just a little. I don't taste very much. I don't taste like, sometimes you taste chocolate. I don't taste chocolate in there. But I feel like it's like a low acidity coffee. And you could drink this all day. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the point, right?
Yeah,
That is
no,
the
no,
point.
absolutely. Keep you caffeinated.
That is important. I'm going to just stir this a little more just because I want to get some more of that blueberry in there. Am I making too much noise with the ice? I'm okay? All right. So, the counter here is got the baked goods. It's got the espresso blueberry coffees. It's got the little scaly thing. Talk about what you would like the public to know about your business, Steve. What do you think? What do you want people to know about Radial Coffee Company?
A couple things. One is we're really proud of where we source our coffee from. So we have relationships right at a grower level, plantation owner level, and we're learning. So we're in year 2, but we really have great farms that we work with in Guatemala and Colombia, where
Wow.
we actually know the people who own the plantations. We've been at their locations. They've been in our shop. So we kind of, we're helping them out with their business too, but also we get really high quality product from them because they're not serving it at scale. We're working with typically smaller farms. So I think that's one important ingredient is just, we do really strive for very high quality coffee, and we want to work with other small businesses who are, helping us grow our business, so to speak. The other thing is our staff is amazing. I think.
Oh, you should talk about that, because
to
that's
me,
kind
like,
of a cool thing.
people come to Radial and talk about the coffee but they also talk about they come back because they have a good experience, there's a good vibe. So we really appreciate our team who, shares the passion that we have, but also some of them come with more coffee experience than we do. We've only been in the industry for a couple of years. So we like that they're equally passionate about kind of what we're doing differently with our own house-made syrups, roasting in-house, and kind of the vibe we're creating. So to me, those are the two things that maybe stick out.
So so really what you're doing is, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like you're creating a culture of coffee excellence, good service, sourcing from quality people. So you've been very thoughtful about the process here.
Yeah.
You put a lot of thought in what it takes to make a great coffee company. Are there other elements that are important to you?
Yeah, so, thinking about other elements that we put into the company, we hit the meetings quite significantly, and before we started the brand, like Radial Coffee Company, RCC, the acronym, that's also for relationships, community, and commitment. So it's exactly what Steve said. It's the community factor that we're all part of, but it's also our commitment, not just to the beans, but also to the members in our community and the other businesses. That's why we partnered with Small States. We're not trying to do everything in-house. We want to support not just economically the employees, but other businesses as well. So we're always looking for other local businesses that we can bring in and basically give them support as well and feature them in our store. So we've done that with Small State, and we continue looking for others at a local level that we can collaborate with.
Oh, is there kind of a laundry list of things that you're looking for that you want to mention, or is that kind of top secret?
I wouldn't say top secret, but it's just,
I think you mentioned too, and if you guys get your quiches from
Luann's,
from
yes.
Luann's,
Yeah.
so you're partnering with that
other
bakery.
businesses. And we're not afraid to name drop other businesses.
Okay, so
we,
go-
we
yeah, go
understand
ahead, drop
marketing
away.
101
Drop
where
away.
you shouldn't do that, but we look at these guys as more of our partners rather than our competition. We do coffee. That's our goal. We do coffee real well, and our focus isn't primarily on the baked items. So we want to look at other businesses that focus on that and
that do that
support
well.
them. So I think supporting other guys, other businesses, it's part of our business model. So we're happy to do it.
Well, and I gotta tell you, that blueberry syrup in the coffee, that is a good quality syrup, because there's no like weird aftertaste. Like I am drinking something that's a real blueberry.
Yeah, the flavors are subtle. It's natural. It's being cooked off in the back room.
Yeah.
The place smells great, and your teeth don't get that feeling of all sugar that you get from
Exactly.
bottles that are just sitting miles long at other businesses. So we take pride in that, and that is a big factor that differentiates our flavor. So you get the subtleness, but you get the flavor as well.
Yeah, it's a really great quality cup of coffee.
Yeah, very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cup of espresso. Did you try it, Matt?
Yes, delicious.
Yeah.
One of the best cups of coffee I've had.
I know. Where
awesome.
were you at 7 a.m. when I was waking up? That's what I want to know.
I can
Come
tell you,
on.
I was probably still in bed, as that's the running joke within the business.
Steve is
where-
not in the shop early.
Yeah, no, that's,
No, if anything happens before E,
Not
I
you,
get the
right?
text.
That's right.
Unless kids are in school, then I'm up by 6 o'clock. But other
So
than that,
you guys must have some pretty clearly defined roles as far as who does what, who shows up for what. You want to talk about that a little bit? Who does what?
Sure. Well, I come from operations. Like I had mentioned earlier, ex-engineer, but I do run 3 Subways, a liquor store, and I've had other businesses in the past as well. So operations in terms of scheduling, paperwork, the back-end stuff, that's stuff that I've been exposed to significantly my whole life. So that's one area where I step in. And Barb, she's a barbarista today, but she's also
Barbarista, I like that.
she's
I'm normally not behind the bar. That's not me.
yeah,
I'm not.
she went to Colombia a few months ago and went directly to the farmers and worked for free because that was the gig, but learned so much and then created relationships that she brought back, and those guys from the company, from the farm, came to our store.
That's a very intentional plan. I mean,
Yeah.
this is not cheap.
No.
It's
I mean,
not.
you're making some kind of major investment here, aren't you?
Yeah, we're investing in the brand, we're investing in the culture, and we're investing in
People.
what we
You're
output.
investing in the people. You're investing in
Absolutely.
community.
Yeah,
You have multiple investments going on at the same time.
we do. And thanks to Steve, he's a go-getter. He's
What is he going and getting?
He's getting.
He didn't get me coffee this morning.
I know.
I said that much.
He didn't get me coffee either.
He's very
That's a
ambitious.
fail, right?
Yeah.
I do enjoy too, like helping our managers be successful. Like you know, one thing to play a role in like where our locations are. I remember when we talked about Goose Lane. It was kind of this is our Talon location. We're opening in early September, and just seeing what it could be from what it was interesting. But then also just engaging a team around that business, pulling some people from our existing businesses. And then putting an operating cadence in place that takes some of our vision, but then helps our teams understand what does it take to be successful with a customer, with the operations, with you know our teams. That's something I bring from my corporate background that I like to do. It's just on a smaller format and scale with obviously our locations now than businesses have helped run before. So that piece I kind of enjoy, and yeah. So the three of us,
Yeah.
you know,
He's good at managing, and I'm the doer. Like I just.
Yeah.
I
When I
like
came
do
to
the things.
visit, you were roasting beans that day, and you know what? People don't know me. I mean, who am I anyway? I come in with a card. I go to the person who's supposed to take the order, and it's like a cold call. And I introduce myself, and I said, if your owner's here, I'd love to talk to them. And sometimes I get this, brush off, like, who are you? But the person was like, immediately, the person went to find Barb, and Barb came over and talked to me. I thought,
That's great.
wow, it's accessible people here. This is, I was happy. I like to not have to struggle for something. It's nice once in a while, right?
Well, I mean, like you came in and you were enjoying yourself. Of course, I want to meet you, and I want to know what, I want to make sure you're enjoying what we're offering. And
Oh, yeah.
so like
We
that
did.
was really cool when she said somebody want to talk to me. I'm like, sure, yeah, why not? Like
we loved that last weekend. We were in the
I love
shop,
it.
and
I do.
two people came up, and I could tell they were a little hesitant to maybe come over because we were
Yeah.
by the roaster.
Yeah, that's true.
And I said, "How you doing?" I introduced myself, and he said, "Hey, I'm here with my parents, and is that the roaster right there? It's an amazing piece of equipment." And
Yeah.
and then Barb was like, "Hey, do you know that the beans are green before we roast them?" He said, "No, come over and see the bag." So it was kind of really cool. We love when people ask
Yeah,
us
we
more about
do.
the business or
You
kind
know,
of why we're doing it.
I homeschooled my kids for like 20 years. Like, to me, that would be, I'd be calling you and saying, can I bring a bunch of eager to learn people here
Yeah.
but don't give them coffee. only
That's banned.
Only
Yeah.
for the parent.
only for the parents.
They have to take coffee home.
Yeah. Do you have other beverages? So, like, if you come in there with kids and stuff, are there other alternative things? Because you're not going to be giving, I don't think anyway, you're not going to be giving kids coffee.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so are there other alternative things to drink?
Yeah, we have apple juice. We have chocolate milk.
There you go. All right.
We've got the yogurt parfaits. I mean, we've got
yeah.
stuff that the kids can eat.
Yogurt
the
parfait.
cookies.
We
Here.
also have a very high-end chocolate that we source from Boho Chocolate in
Yeah.
Mass, and our mocha, we can make that for the kids like as a hot chocolate,
Yeah.
You use, like, real chocolate.
real
Yeah.
chocolate. Yeah.
You don't rip open an envelope?
Nope. There,
Pour
the
some
first
hot
ingredient
water
is
in
not
there.
sugar.
Shaved
The first
chocolate.
ingredient is
That is
cocoa.
serious.
Absolutely.
Whipped cream on top.
We try to keep the energy level a little bit down, so no
Okay,
whipped
all
cream right now. We want you to come back and not hate us for giving them. But
Okay.
we're happy to do that if that's what you
No,
want.
no, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. I got to tell you, I mean, Radial Coffee Company is you're an impressive enterprise. I want you to also just, again, repeat, of course, the name of the company, your locations, talk about the non-phone number. I think we should just touch on that.
Sure.
I mean, I don't even know why we don't have a phone number. But we don't have a phone number. But if anybody messages us through Instagram or Facebook, I always get back to them. Like a couple months, I think right around Christmas, somebody came in and needed a gift card, but they couldn't figure out how to get a hold of us. So she messaged through Instagram, and I got right back to her, and I gave her my personal number to get her this gift card because she wasn't from here and she wanted to give it to one of her employees. So like, I will always make every effort to get back to whoever messages us. It's not, I don't know why we don't have a phone number.
Yeah. In the beginning, when we were looking into getting a phone number, all the staff, and this is opportunity where we listened to our staff as well, and they said everyone's on the digital social media front. You don't need a phone number. They always message. And I felt really old when I said, okay, well,
Well, you know,
all right.
that makes so much sense. And I mean, from a consumer point of view, or even someone who's self-employed, you know, phones interrupt us from doing the things that we want to focus on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just another distraction. So if you have that distraction and you're trying to serve customers, what do you do first? Do you do the customer?
Yeah.
Do you do the phone?
There's a trade-off there, yeah. Exactly.
Whatever.
And that was
So-
their biggest resistance
that's amazing.
factor
I mean,
right
and
there.
realistically, most of the time, if somebody's calling and we are serving customers, we're not going to answer it. We're going to get back to them in their message. So whether you leave it on a phone or you message through Instagram, I know that, you know, we'll get back to you.
All right, and what were your hours again?
7 to
7
4.
a.m.
7 to
to
4.
4 p.m., 7 days a week.
In what two Connecticut towns? We're going to get that really quick in here.
Yeah, so Vernon, 1158 Hartford Turnpike. Second location, soon to open, is in Tallinn, 12 Goose Lane. And our third location that's open now is on 383 Commercial Street in Portland, Maine.
Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for bringing
having us.
Thank
something
you.
to pep up the afternoon. Really appreciate it. This is Ruth Hartunia Nellenba, otherwise known as Ravings and Cravings. I'm signing off here on Good Company WILI.